What is going on, FNF fam? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys a couple little tips and tricks that I've learned over my 30 years of fishing. Just some small little tips and tricks that I picked up along the way, as well as some secret fishing tips that you guys might not know about. Starting with this right here. Tip number one has to do with this little guy right here, a fishing hook. This is actually a circle hook, and if you guys look right there, you can see those barbs. That's what this fishing tip is about. Make sure those barbs right there on your hook are nice and sharp and not bent or broken. If they're bent or broken, just replace the hook, because this, believe it or not, can actually cause you to lose fish. So if these are bent and broken, go ahead and replace the hook completely. But if they're expensive hooks like these are, and a lot of hooks these days in tackle is expensive, you can sharpen them. So if you at least have a barb there and the tip's not broken off, you can sharpen those. There's a couple tools that I'll post on the screen right here that you can use to sharpen your hooks. They're pretty simple and straightforward, and they work really, really well. I've been using them for years. And if your barbs are intact and you don't need to replace your hook, here's how you can tell if it's sharp or not. So you just take your fishing hook, scrape it back and forth on your nail, just like this. There we go. And as you can see, the white lines on my fingernail, that means it's cutting into my nail, so that means it is sharp. Just be careful when you do this so you don't get in your cuticle, because that will hurt like a you-know-what. So that is fishing tip number one. I know it might seem small, but it's definitely overlooked, and it will cause you to lose fish. All right, the second tip has to do with your rods. Not actually your reels, but your rod in particular. And this is something that I did not know, that I found out the hard way. I have a bad habit of coming home and just laying my rods like that. You guys can see that, just laying them against the wall, just like this. That is something that I'm really, really bad about. I do it quite a bit, and I just leave them there like that. Now, whether the rod is good, bad, cheap, expensive, it does not matter. If you lean your rods up against the wall like this, they will start to warp after time. So after time, they'll start to get a warp or a bend in them, right here at the tip. And that can actually cause you issues with your rod, to where you may even have to get a new one. It'll also degrade the integrity of your rod and make it a lot less strong. So I'm gonna show you what I do instead, and it's a very cheap, affordable option to keep your rod safe and out of the way. So these are what I like to use, these little rod holders. This one right here, you can pick up for like 15 bucks on Amazon. And also these are my favorite. I like using these for my baitcast setups, especially the ones that don't break down or split in two. And they have these little rubber gaskets that grab onto the rod. Keep it real nice and safe and straight, and they can even hold your nets and all that stuff. I have quite a few of these, and they come in handy, especially whenever you want to protect some of your more expensive rods. So right there, I have one of my Cast King Zephyr BFS setups that I absolutely love. And then I got some more down there. This is a way better option than leaning them up against the wall. It'll keep your rod secure, out of the way, and safe. Just another small tip that'll really help you out whenever you start out fishing. All right, tip number three has to do with the actual bait cast reel itself. This one's a big one. I actually just had a comment on one of my videos about what to do if this was to happen. So with these bait cast reels, almost every single one of them have a way, if you can see right here, on the back right there, there's a little button, have a way to open up the baitcaster. This not only helps with tangles or if you get a backlash that's real bad, but sometimes in the spool right here, see that? The spool wall, sometimes the line will get behind that. That causes a big, big problem. It can make your reel pretty much unusable. If it gets too bad, it can actually break your reel, especially if you're yanking on it. So here's the tip, not only to get backlashes out, but also what to do if your line gets behind your spool. Almost every single bait cast reel has a way to open up the reel. That way you can take out the spool if you need to. It's different for every single reel, but some of them, or most of them, have a little button right there. See that little button right there? I just push that down, and then boom, I can take off the side plate. These are your magnetic brakes. You do not want to lose these, so please be careful with these. You're going to want to set this to the side, or you can put it in your pocket. That's what I do. Then you can see right there, you have full access to your spool. So your line will get caught around right here inside the spool, around this. And if it gets too tangled up, it can actually break the gears inside your reel. So you don't want that. So to avoid that, you can just pop this right out. Just like that, minimal pressure, it's not hard at all. Boom, there you go. See how it's wrapped around right there? See that line wrapped around it? Then you just take that off, hold your finger on the spool like this, like that. Hold the line down against the spool like that. Then pull the line, take this side right here, stick it back in the reel. It should line right up just like that, and then push it over. Then you're just gonna wanna let out a little bit of line just like this. Make sure you click your release. Boom, fixed. This also works really, really good with getting out tangles or removing backlashes. So you don't always have to just chop the line off, especially with monofilament. When it gets in there, it's bad. Braid, I don't even want to talk about it. When it gets inside of there, it's like rope in your gears. So avoid having to cut the line or ruin your day of fishing, especially if you only brought one reel with you. This is a nice little trick that you can use to help you avoid all that and also keep your reel from breaking or causing issues with your gears. After you get that removed, you're just gonna take your little brake plate. The breakdown for every Baitcast reel is different, so just make sure you look up your make and model. There's tons of YouTube videos, or you can Google it, or you can look at the manufacturer's website. They'll show you exactly how to do this. For this reel in particular, you just put it back on, just like that. You want it to fit flush back against there. There we go, it's flush. And then that little lever, you just push back up, boom. Lock back in place, give your brakes a little click, make sure they're good. There you go. That simple, that easy, and it'll help you save a ton of trouble. Tip number 4, pliers. Always, always, always bring a pair of pliers whenever you're fishing. It is so easy for fish to get gut hooked, or sometimes the hook will do that weird thing where it goes out of their eye socket, or it'll come through their jaw or their gill plate, and it's very, very hard to get the hook out. These will save your life every time. Not only that, they will save the fish's life. Whenever I'm fishing for panfish, I get a lot of fish that are gut hooked. They're in these big schools, they're fighting over the worm, so they're trying to snatch it as quick as they can, and they tend to get gut hooked. Or the bite's really small, I didn't notice that the bait was taken, and then they swallow the hook because they had too much time with the bait. So these will really, really come in handy. Not only are they good for getting hooks out of fish, but they're also good for getting hooks out of yourself. Again, just another small tip to make your life a lot easier, and things that I wish I would have known before I started fishing. All right, guys, and tip number 5, probably my favorite on the list, bite time. If you don't know what bite time is, let me break it down for you. You head down to the lake excited to catch your first fish. It's a very, very exciting time. This is one tip that I wish I would have known whenever I started, because nobody told me. Whenever you first get to the bank and you start to fish, the spot you are fishing in, only spend 20 minutes fishing that spot. If you do not catch something in the first 20 minutes at that spot you are fishing, move. Move to a different spot of the lake, pond, river, wherever you're at, and try fishing there. Same thing there. If you move over there, 20 minutes, nothing, move. When it comes to fish, you gotta find them. We don't have fancy fish finders whenever we're sitting on the bank. If you do, awesome. I didn't start with that. I started walking around the banks just casting millions of times hoping to get a fish. So this will really save you a lot of time and frustration, and I guarantee results with this. If you move around that lake, 9 times out of 10, you're going to catch something. If you sit in one spot and just keep casting, disturbing the water, disturbing the fish in that spot over and over, they're not gonna bite there. It's time to move. So bite time, 20 minutes, you don't catch nothing, move. I guarantee this will help you catch more fish. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I really hope this helps. These are just things that I never got taught whenever I first started fishing, and it would have been a lot more helpful if I had these tips. I know some of them just seem kind of small, but I promise you, when you get out there for the first time, you'll be like, wow, he was right. These tips are very, very helpful. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more like this, click right here for more fishing tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.